In every corner of Europe, young people wake up with the same quiet question: can I make a difference? From a small classroom in Portugal to the streets of Poland, from a community garden in Spain to a youth center in Romania, 46 volunteers set out to find their answer. They came with curiosity, with hope, and with stories waiting to be written. What they didn't know is that this journey would teach them more than any textbook ever could, about people, about purpose, and about themselves. In the rhythm of daily life, in every handshake, smile, and challenge, they discovered what it truly means to belong to something greater than borders. This is their story, a story of growth, solidarity, and change. This is the journey of European volunteers.
Bonjour, je suis Benjamin Sibyl, le directeur général et fondateur du collectif pour un service civique européen. Grâce au soutien et au financement des fonds Erasmus+, Action stratégique volet 2, et donc de l'Union européenne, nous essayons de mener dans tous les pays d'Europe, au-delà même des frontières de l'Union européenne, l'émergence d'un volontariat d'intérêt général pour les jeunes, de long terme, à temps plein, et consacré à faire vivre l'intérêt général à travers des actions d'intérêt général et clés, qu'il s'agisse des associations, qu'il s'agisse des villes, communes et collectivités ou tout pan de l'action publique. Ce service civique existe déjà en France, en Allemagne, en Italie, où chaque année, des centaines de milliers de jeunes s'engagent pour l'intérêt général. Au niveau européen, même, le corps européen de solidarité mobilise également plusieurs dizaines de milliers de jeunes gens qui se rendent dans un autre pays d'Europe pour y mener les actions d'intérêt général. Mais imaginez seulement ce qu'il serait possible de réaliser si la possibilité était ouverte, non pas à quelques-uns, mais à l'intégralité d'une classe d'âge européenne, les 4,6 millions de jeunes que compte notre continent, de passer de 6 mois à 1 an de leur vie dans leur pays ou dans un autre pays d'Europe afin d'y réaliser ces missions clés. Cette année qui serait donnée aux autres comme à soi-même, une année pour se développer, une année pour apprendre, une année pour se connecter aux autres, une année aussi pour servir, développer leurs compétences, améliorer leurs chances de rentrer dans l'emploi, c'est la même année qui aujourd'hui, pour tant d'entre eux, malheureusement, est perdue en erreur d'orientation, en crise et se retrouver seul face au chômage ou autres difficultés de la vie et doutes existentiels que beaucoup de nos jeunes connaissent aujourd'hui. Il y a eu, à travers les âges, des gens qui sont morts pour la liberté, pour leurs croyances, pour leur foi même, pour l'argent. Mais ce qui marque toutes les sociétés humaines, c'est le fait qu'une société n'est aussi forte que son chaînon le plus faible. C'est le fait que c'est la solidité, la solidarité des liens qui unissent les individus d'une société donnée qui la rendent forte, résiliente et lui permettent de soutenir ses valeurs et son intérêt dans le temps. L'Europe s'est démarquée historiquement par la croyance démocratique dans le fait que tous les individus ont leur place et un rôle à jouer, une contribution à donner, peu importe leurs origines, peu importe leurs conditions, et qu'il existe un tout qui nous lie tous et qui est dans l'intérêt de tous et qu'il appartient à tous de continuer de faire grandir. Along the Road of Youth, SCE est l'incarnation de ce principe à travers notre croyance ferme dans le fait que le volontariat d'intérêt général, le service civique, peut répondre aux grands enjeux de notre époque et de notre temps. Je tiens à remercier tout particulièrement les jeunes volontaires, une soixantaine dans nos pilotes inédits qui ont eu lieu au Portugal, en Pologne, en Roumanie, mais aussi, bien sûr, en France, en Allemagne, en Italie, qui étaient associés au projet, qui, par ailleurs, en dehors de ce projet, continuent d'expérimenter le service civique et le service civique européen et servir l'intérêt général, et bien sûr, nos très chers partenaires que vous allez découvrir dans un instant. Ils ont été les pionniers de cette action clé, les pionniers d'une Europe plus engagée, une Europe plus solide. Vous allez découvrir leur histoire. Vous pourrez d'ailleurs revisionner ce documentaire sur le site de notre organisation, serviceciviqueeuropéen.com, très facilement et quand vous le souhaiterez. Ceci est leur histoire, l'histoire du début d'une Europe plus forte, une Europe pour et par les jeunes, une Europe des citoyens qui vit par l'effort de tous pour tous. Merci.
Every journey begins with a reason. Curiosity, hope, the desire to try something different. No matter where they came from, each of them took the same first step, choosing to start.
Yeah! Woo!
What inspired you to join YouSCE project, and what were your expectations before you started?
Most of the time they come to the project either because they want to try something new, sometimes they want to come to the project because they want to learn more in an area that they are very interested in following professionally. And I think that one of the things that I enjoy most is seeing their progression throughout the project.
The thing that inspired me most to join the civic service was just a need to contribute to society. I actually didn't have much expectations, I just went with the flow.
I was drawn to this project because of its focus on the youth empowerment through volunteering.
I was only searching something to do that could be more practical than the theoretical studies that I have took in my bachelor.
I joined YouSCE to learn and meet new people. I expected teamwork and fun.
I was already interested in the environment and to the nature, and I was seeing how the world is treating it. So I choose for myself to want to help the nature outside, and because of my Portuguese family roots, I choose to search one in Portugal and find.
Because I wanted to be implicated in my community, and some of my expectations were that I wanted to improve myself, my skills, and just generally me as a person.
Cuando me metí un monitor mío y me habló sobre ello y me interesó mucho.
The idea of being able to be part of a bigger project, interact with more people and get to know them, and refine my skills as a volunteer.
Tell us, what's it like being a volunteer? I love meeting new people. Powinno być 12. Ale ty masz miejsce.
Before long, the unfamiliar became familiar. New languages, new faces, new cultures, slowly turning into shared stories. In small moments of laughter and teamwork, they discovered something essential. We grow faster when we grow together.
I think that what excites me the most is the fact that local volunteers are working together with the international volunteers who are doing the European Study Corps program, because in this way they can really feel the interculturality on the very local level, so they can learn more English, they can be more confident about their skills, their competencies, and be ready for the international volunteering.
So we had a day when we paired in groups with different people who we didn't know. We went around the city filming. It was really funny. We have some bloopers, and also we made friends along the way.
I really loved the team spirit and the synergy between us.
In the intercultural night, in that night I got to learn about other people's cultures, and I find it very interesting.
There was also the challenge about the language, and also, I'm still today not very good at English, but more before that in coming there, so it was a really challenge for me also about the language barriers in some way.
We had to go on a city rally in the city center and make short clips that later we had to put in a bigger one and make a mini mockumentary.
I wonder if they speak English, because if they don't speak English, I'm just gonna say, I speak Romanian too.
That was extremely nice because not only we saw the tourist points, but we also interacted with each other, all Romanians, Ukrainians, Germans, and I feel like that's when we started actually getting along better.
I really enjoyed working in a team. There were Polish, Germans, and Romanians involved in the project. Language barrier was pretty fun to overcome for me.
My favorite moment from this project was baking gingerbread cookies with other volunteers and sharing a bit of my Polish culture with them.
So basically, we had, it was in the first month I think, we were walking to the city, Sindra, and in a way, we were asking us when do we get the money, like that we get monthly. We had the coordinator make that, right, take their money and let them starve. This stuck into my head a lot. It was a very funny moment.
Every volunteer arrives with their own story, their expectations, their doubts, their hopes. But somewhere along the way, something shifts. A moment, a challenge, a conversation, a feeling. And suddenly the project becomes more than volunteering. It becomes a turning point. In this chapter, we explore how this journey has changed them, personally, professionally, and profoundly.
One of the things concerning the pilot is that we are not able to only teach them the skills that when they are with us on the field and working with us on the field, when we teach them about conservation and restoration of the environment.
Line over here, and we'll keep pushing, and we'll just uproot the acacias, all right?
But we are also able to teach them about, for instance, shooting videos, editing, and many other skills. And imagine the volunteers in the future might be able to want to create a project of their own, or they might want to be able to do something that, with the skills that they have gained in this project, they might be able to do it by themselves.
The biggest strength, I think, is that the participants really get from theory to implementing the events. Learning crucial skills as managing resources, budget, how to promote such events.
Like each one of us, the volunteers, we were affected one kid, and we did like all the activities of the morning with the one kid who we were affected at the beginning. And it was a very great moment because we could really like talk with the kids, and they were really, really interested in what we did. And I remember at the end, before leaving, they all came back to us and thanked us for the activity and explained to us what they liked and hugged us before leaving. And it was a really heartwarming moment for me.
Well, on a professional level, I have learned digital skills that are quite useful on the job market in today's age. And on a more personal level, I have learned to get out of my comfort zone, to communicate better with other people, and to just be a better person overall.
It's very exciting to see their growth during this process. How they learn from each other and bring fresh ideas each week motivates the group during the sessions.
Is the fact that in this project it's captured their perspective, the young volunteers' perspective. By the end, we'll have captured their views and their ideas.
Before I did not know that much about plants. Of course, I had like my biology lessons in school, but I was never like that deep in the material of forest life and how the plants and trees work together, and also like the mushrooms and mosses. Everything makes like a whole system.
Where we learn a lot of new things really about tech, about videos, and we really had fun.
One day we are working was raining a lot and was a lot of hugging, and so maybe also the motivation of the group was not too much hike. But at one point, in a very random place, because it was very far away from the water, so it was not expected to find this type of animal in there. I was debarking in a catcher, and a water lizard pass close to my feet, and it was like very suddenly passage, and she or he was very beautiful, because it's not the common lizard, and it was the first time in my life that I saw this type of lizard, and also know that it's like a rare animal to found, so I'm considering me very lucky about this meeting, and I think that I'm going to remember it for a long time.
Es verdad que me noto más capacitada a la hora de resolver conflictos, llevar sesiones y demás.
I realized that I needed to reduce the stress of public speaking in project and future work. I am more confident in moving around the airport because I haven't flown in a long time.
I feel like after being part of this project, I became better at interacting with new people, and I feel like it has helped me become a better volunteer overall.
Más profesionalmente, porque yo antes no pensaba mucho en lo que iba a hacer o lo que quería, pero gracias a esto pues he llegado más a pensar conmigo mismo y a preguntarme más cosas y estar más centrado.
I think the project broadened my perspective, boosted my confidence and enhanced my teamwork, problem solving and adaptability skills.
Honestly, I think the project changed me in personality, so I think the project just pushed me at a good way, and just asking everything, learn, be happy, spend a good time, and everything to be more open.
It made me more confident, improved my leadership skills, and made me more friendly.
I think it's some way impact me personally, because I learned how to manage my time between sessions, between lections, and so on. So now I can manage my time and do more in time what I had.
This experience has been very meaningful to me, because since I'm doing something very different from the field that I studied for, I changed my mind in my the path that I want to do in my life, because I find out that I can be and I can do something very different from the thing that I wasn't satisfied with.
I think it gives me another view on working with people, especially with children, and I think it's not very easy but really satisfying.
Growth never arrives without challenge. Living with strangers, adapting to new environments, facing fear, mistakes, and uncertainty. These moments tested them and transformed them. In learning to communicate, to collaborate, to be patient, they discovered the strength they didn't know they had.
And there are many challenges that the volunteers go through. It's not so much the filming, but imagine we are coordinating groups every day. So the volunteers are challenged every day, and especially with the youth volunteers, it's like, imagine you're on the field, you have to coordinate a group of 100 people, and at the same time I have to tell these volunteers you also have to film, and at the same time you have to coordinate, and sometimes you might be doing all of this in heavy rain or the worst conditions that you can possibly imagine, so all of that is quite challenging for them.
For me, I think he changed me emotionally, because I'm very stressed sometimes, and the people around made me feel very comfortable, and it was easy for me to interact and move along.
I think that I realized that working with people is not that easy as I thought.
When you start to live with other 3 or 4 people that you don't know, and you don't have a single room, so you don't have any space where you can stay alone. It's very challenging, and you need to learn some new social skills.
I oftentimes have trouble with being on time and fulfilling certain duties.
He logrado pensar en ser más activo, en ser más proactivo, en hablar más, pedir las cosas, y porque yo siempre he sido muy callado y gracias a esto pues me ha venido bien.
I think that I have changed my point of view of only living with my parents and my brother, so that I can adapt to like the kind of other people, because everybody's like different, so you have to change a bit like in a puzzle so that everybody can fit together.
For sure, the biggest challenge is fluid communication and the continuity of the group of young people. Many participants study, making it difficult to balance volunteering and training. Keeping motivation high and adapting sessions has also been challenging.
I think the biggest challenge was to encourage them to take initiative and to put themselves there, to show their creativity, to show their ideas.
And also work in the forest, that yes, I like it, but it was also like a new way to for me to work in an ambient that could be very challenging because of the weather condition and because the work is hard, so it wasn't so obviously that could be easy to do.
I think from my point of view as a coordinator, the biggest challenge was to promote this project locally, because civic service is not existing in Poland, so to transmit the idea to the hosting organization first and then to the volunteers was really challenging.
Firstly, I was very stressful to just talk to another voluntary and everything. I am a very stressful person, so a lot of things is just very hard for me. Ideas was just like chance for me to break the stress and be more open.
Somewhere along the way, the project stopped being a project. It became a community, a place where they felt accepted, supported, understood. They found friends in new countries, new possibilities for their future, and new confidence in who they are. They came to volunteer, but they ended up discovering themselves.
Every experience can give you something if you're able to reach it.
I learned about video editing, team working, and I think that will really help me in the future.
I learned from other people's perspective how to adapt, and I think my collaboration with other people improved.
I think I learned a lot of very practical skills because it's something that I never did before, forest conservation. So I learned a lot of things in that topic, like from tree species, but also like how to manage and to maintain the forest. I had no idea how to do this before.
I hope that my teamwork is better, my communication skills are better, and that now I can overcome obstacles more easy.
I learned effective communication, event planning and conflict resolution, and most importantly, I developed resilience.
As their journey continued, something else became clear. This experience was not an ending, but a beginning. New skills, new dreams, new visions of who they could become. Volunteering doesn't just shape the present, it shapes the future.
Pues yo diría que vengan con muchas ganas.
I would say give it a try, you won't regret it.
Don't be scared, just give yourself a chance to find out something new.
I just recommend it for everyone.
Expecting the worst, so it only can be good. Like, it only can get better.
Young people should join so they get the experience of volunteering.
You need to be open to other cultures, to other nationalities.
Don't worry about the age, don't worry about the social pressure. Do the things that you want to really do in your life.
I advise try it. You will learn a lot and make friends.
You can make a lot of connections and you can find a lot of opportunities.
Do it and go for it, even if it can be a bit scary at the beginning when you never did something like this before.
It's a great way to grow, meet inspiring people, and to do something meaningful.
Que se apunten sin dudarlo porque al fin y al cabo aquí aprendes y te llevas experiencias.
Discover new places, new people, and always be curious and open-minded.
It's an amazing experience and it's totally worth it.
I think just do it. It's so much fun and I think you'll like it.
Across Europe, their time together came to an end, but their impact continues. Every person they met, every place they touched, every moment they shared leaves something behind. Volunteering is not just about giving, it's about discovering connection, purpose, and the courage to grow. These volunteers remind us that change begins with small steps taken by ordinary people willing to try. The story doesn't end here. It continues in every new volunteer, in every new community, in every choice to care. And wherever they go next, they carry Europe with them.